Welcome to yet another edition of Mark's Inspiration. My 1,399 subscribers, I think. Or was it 97? We're getting close to 1,400. I think I need one more. Or maybe it was 3 more. Whatever. Okay. Without further ado, the topic today is going to be Dangle the carrot. Right after this. And right after you subscribe and like. You have to be strong enough to endure these things. You have to approach women. With today's social media, she's constantly being hit on. Women are always in the game. You have to stay focused. We are men. That's what we do. Dangle the carrot. What do I mean by dangle the carrot? Well, think about your past relationships or your past dating experiences. Have you ever had a woman dangle the carrot for you? You know what the carrot is, don't you? The V. The V card. Yeah, she knows what you want. And she knows how to use that to get what she wants. I know that sounds crass, but that's just the way it is. Are all women like that? No, probably not all of them. But the biggest majority of modern women today are like that. They know exactly what you want. So when you go up to a woman and you say, hey, would you like to hang out sometime? You just well be telling her, hey, would you be with me so I can have an opportunity to try to have sex with you? She knows exactly what you want. You may have it dressed up in some idealistic manner that you want this Disneyland relationship happily ever after. But the bottom line is you're a man, and if you're a young man, you want sex. Now, how do I know that's true? Because we have the old thing about, I won't use the phrase, but how do you feel after you have sex? Have you ever... A lot of you guys maybe never have had sex, so it's hard for you to understand this. A lot of you probably think, as I did when I was young, about 14 or 15, before I started hitting girls, and I don't mean physically punching them, being with them, okay? Let's clear that up. Don't want anyone to think I'm advocating violence here against women. I used to have a friend, he just actually passed away the other day. He was a little older than I am. And he was married. And we asked him, said, man, it must be great getting laid every night and having a woman there whenever you want her. He said, well, it's not quite like that. He said, I never understood what he meant until I started being with a lot of women. And what you realize is if you have the same woman over and over and over again, it gets kind of boring after a while. It's not like what you think it's going to be, like the end all to end all. So if we go back to dangling the carrot, as I said, these women know what you want. And unless you are controlling the frame in the relationship, they will definitely use that to get what they want, whatever that may happen to be. It could be money, it could be your time, it could be to control you, it could be to get you to do favors for them, it could be to get you to take them out to eat. And a lot of times, a lot of you men I've heard aren't even getting sex. You're taking these girls out, you're whining and dining them, and they're not doing anything for you. Maybe they're saying something to you like, well, I just don't want to get in a rush. I'm not in a hurry. But she's out there sleeping with Chad whenever he comes over at midnight and gives her a call. Yeah, that's the way it works. She's using you as a chump. I mean, if you just like to have her company and you're getting what you want, which I don't think you are, you're not being honest with yourself. You want to have sex with her. And that's perfectly normal. It's normal for a man to want to join with a woman like that. It's a normal thing. It really is. It's not some terrible thing. A lot of us grow up thinking sex is a bad word. It's all hidden. I mean, when you stop and think about it, if I show you my finger, you don't think anything about that. But if I pulled my penis out and showed you, you'd think, oh my God, what's this guy doing? The reality is they're both body parts. But for some reason, we have this stigma about those parts of our body. You see in some other countries where they go around, they don't wear anything. They don't think anything of it. But in our Western culture, we've made such a taboo out of those parts of our body. It's crazy when you think about it. Hey, I'm not going to go out there and go naked around here, but even if a man here in the U.S. has to go to the bathroom and he tries to hide himself, if someone drives by and sees him and maybe they take a picture and he's just wanting to take a piss, he's in a lot of trouble. He's a, what do they call that? He's considered a sex offender because the guy had to take a leak and he couldn't find a place to go. If you go to other countries in Central America, they'll stop right on the side of the road and piss. They don't even try to hide. The women will squat down on the road and piss because it's a perfectly natural thing. But I'm getting off dangling the carrot here. Okay, dangle the carrot. So she dangles that carrot before you. What you have to figure out is, what does she want from you? What does she want from you that you can dangle in front of her to get her to do what you want her to do? Now, a lot of you guys are going to think, oh, that's manipulation. That's playing games. I guess you could say it is, but I guarantee you, if you don't know the game, she does. Women know the game because they're constantly in the game. From the time they start to get old enough where boys start looking at them, they learn the game. Guys are always hitting on them. Guys are always after them. Guys are always wanting to have sex with them. So they're constantly bombarded. So they learn the game very early. As where boys, girls aren't chasing them. Well, I mean, some girls chase my boys, and I was chased somewhat, but I didn't know the game. I didn't know what to do. As I got older, I did have girls chase me because I learned the game. Now, there have been times in my life where I went out, we called it hunting. I never got anything when I went hunting because I was looking for women. But when I went out to just have a good time and have fun, the women came after me. And when I had something going on in my life, a mission, a purpose, whether it was my Harley Davidson, traveling around the country, my boxing, my triathlons, whatever, you have to have a vision. Girls are drawn to a man with a vision. Okay, and then your carrot would be your time. Your time. Your time and attention is your carrot for most women. Attention is the coin of gold for women. Now, of course, we have the social media where they're getting all these likes, but that's attention from low-value men, from supplicators, from betas, if you like, from thirsty guys. I mean, you know how it is. You put a woman's picture on Instagram, she's like a 4. I mean, she'll get 70 likes in an hour or two. It's incredible. But that's just the way it is. So women crave attention, and they crave attention from high-value men like you, right? I don't always like using that term, but a man who is worthy of their attention, if you like. So you have to use your attention wisely. Don't always answer text messages right away. Dangle the carrot of your attention. Allow her to wait. She wants to wait. She wants to wonder about you. If you always answer that message right away, tell her what you're doing, where you're going, where you're going to be, what's going on in your life, she has no reason to meet you. And she certainly has no reason to give herself to you because you don't give yourself to her. Women look at you pouring out your attention on them the same way you look at women pouring out their body and giving themselves to every man that comes along. They consider you an emotional 304. The same way as you look at them, if they're with a lot of men, you consider them a 304. If you don't know what that is, look it up in the Urban Dictionary. I just learned it a while back. I learn a lot of things here. I'm an older guy, so I learn a lot from my kids. I have the kids, from they're 13 years old to 21, so they've taught me a lot. And actually, my oldest is having a birthday here in a few days, July the 5th. He will be 22. Time flies. So remember to dangle the carrot of your time and attention to whatever girl you find interest in who is reciprocating interest with you. The quickest way to foil an attraction for you is to give her your time and attention whenever she wants it. Make her earn it. Use it sparingly. Rarity is value. Think about that. I'm out of here. If you'd like to get my help personally, contact me on my email on the description, or at marksinspiration.com is my website. Check out my books, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, and The Power Is Within, and that's where it's at, within you. On Amazon, they are available. Have a great day. Take care.